All right, so we take a look at the brackets now, the four teams, how we've gotten to that point. A great video right there, a good recap of what took place yesterday. And even just watching that, it definitely got me excited, even more excited than I already am coming into today. As it was a long day, but it was some great Valor. We had some huge highlights, and I can't wait for our top four. But these are the teams that remain elevated. I mean, what do you think? Is this what you maybe expected now that we know all the rosters, a little more familiar with them and everything? Is this perhaps the expected, or were there some upsets, would you say?
It's a little bit hard to say with these sort of mixed rosters of players, but I definitely think that, Sonic's continuing to push forward in the bracket was pretty expected. Obviously, one of the more kind of known teams, one of the actual like real teams, structured teams that is here. On the other side of things, we didn't really get to see Booster Seat Gaming play, but we did see their opponent team name on the main stream, and they looked quite good. They have actually the highest statted player currently playing on them with Redux, the Jet player.
14 years old, by the way.
Yeah, apparently. Absolutely insane. Ridiculous aim. I mean, it hurts me to watch him play sometimes just because of how quickly he's moving his crosshair across the screen. And then also talking about in the Sonics matchup that we have today on the way, this is a team that has some very heavy hitters from, very good North American signed orgs as far as like Bang, Brock, J. Cruel, guys from Complexity, guys who played for teams like TSM, SOAR. So lots of firepower that Sonics is going to have to contest with. And we saw them potentially struggle a little bit against IWNL yesterday, which was another team that has a lot of talented players that Sonics was able to barely squeak by. So I'm very excited for the matchups that we have today.
Speaking of rosters, here's the two rosters that we're going to be seeing in our first semifinals. As mentioned, Booster Seat Gaming. Always have a chuckle when I see that one. Going up against Team Name in this best out of three. But yeah, the rosters for this, you got Boltsy, Vic, Churms, Verdi, and Jogemo. Jogemo? We'll go with Jogemo. Jogemo makes more sense, maybe. Team Name, we're looking at Redux, as talked about, Nerfed, Diamond, Nanners, and Morgas is their roster. But yeah, Redux, he was a flashy player to watch, a great entry fragger, specifically on that Jet, so looking for some big plays from him. But yeah, as you mentioned, to echo it, Booster Seat Gaming, we didn't get the chance to watch them on stream, but they had a very good run throughout this event, and they did not drop a single series. They lost a couple of games, including in the previous series to get here against Bad Boy Crew, but they won it in the end 2-1, and they also beat Zero Marksman Silver 2-1 when having to beat them in that series there. But they went 2-0 over IWNL, and that goes back to the point you were just talking about against Sonics, how they barely creaked by IWNL yesterday. IWNL, I will not lose, well, ended up losing in the end. They were a very good team. So what I'm getting at is that the fact that Booster Seat Gaming beat them 2-0, I have high expectations for this squad, and if anything, this should be a great best out of three series. In fact, the whole event today with the playoffs should be a great best of three.
Yeah, and I mean, a couple players from Booster Seat Gaming on T1 Academy. So, it's like this is one of those cool events where we get to see a lot of NA talent that's kind of on the come up outside of the context of a team environment where we get to kind of almost evaluate the individual players and see, do a little bit of scouting ourselves, see what the teams are looking at and why they're picking up these guys, which is cool.
Well, we got some map selections, as you can see on your screen. We have the Bind and Fracture bans. Fracture we've been seeing a fair amount of by a couple of these teams. Sonics definitely comes to mind as one that likes it, but in the end, not going to be seen here. We are going Icebox, probably one of the most popular maps, understandably. And then we have Split, chosen by Booster Seat. So yeah, I'm getting clarification here. Team Name is the white chicken, and then you got Booster Seat Gaming, the red chicken logo up there. So just to clarify as which teams picked and banned which. So it'll be Icebox choice by Team Name, Booster Seat Gaming with Split, and then it will end up on Breeze if needed for that map 3. But Split, actually, we didn't cast Split yesterday, do we? I don't think of all the games, the 10 or 12 games, whatever it is, was yesterday, we did not cast a single Split game, so that's fun.
Yeah, no Split, no Bind, if I remember correctly. We saw a lot of Icebox, seems to be kind of like the comfort pick for a lot of these teams. And it makes sense, everybody's got that cracked Jet player. Everybody is familiar with kind of how the map works. Gives people the opportunity to play the Reynas. Everybody's playing the Viper, of course. We saw a little bit of a switch up between some teams playing the Sage, some teams playing the Killjoy, some teams playing the Reyna. But it should be pretty straightforward to kick off this map, but definitely excited to go on and see Split and potentially even the Breeze later on.
You see the players of both teams on the main event stage right there. It's like I said, this is a LAN environment. These players, these teams getting that practice in a LAN environment. Sure, we have a makeup of high elite players coming together for this event. So only a couple of quote unquote named teams that play together, usually like a Sonics, but doesn't take away from how awesome this event truly is. And then once again, a big shout out to Nerd Street Gamers for putting it on. In fact, putting on two of them. We've been obviously focusing on the Philadelphia event. That's our coverage here, but there's the Fullerton event also going on simultaneously. A little bit later start because they're on the West Coast over there in California. But that's also has coverage going for it. And that, took place yesterday, and they will also have their playoffs continue on today. So there's a lot of high-tier competitive Valorant in the North American region happening throughout this weekend here. But Elevated, we're on Icebox, and we have some agent selection going on. Nothing really too unique at first glance. Anything worth noting for yourself?
Just the kind of disparity between the Reyna on one side, the Sage on the other. So we saw Team Name play this yesterday, and they definitely were a little bit more of a slow-paced, kind of control the tempo type team that likes to feel out the rounds, and certainly not afraid to make a rotation late in the round and kind of switch things up based on what sort of information they're able to gather. Booster Seat appears to have a little bit more of an aggressive approach with that double duelist, and I'm definitely excited to see how those two styles clash against each other.
Here we go. You hear them moving around. That means first half underway for, we'll call it Championship Sunday, because it is. Here we are at first semifinals. Again, going to be covering both the semifinals back-to-back and then the finals after the fact. I believe it is all best of three also to clarify. There's no best of five series here, but best of three all throughout, so plenty of games to come and plenty of action. But Booster Seat Gaming, they're going to be defending first, and you will see Team Name on the attacking side. But yeah, as you stress, Booster Seat Gaming, they're running that double duelist, the Reyna Jet, going up against Sage. Yesterday, we did see, and in general, Icebox usually comes down to a lot more of that A-hit action. But we also saw some interesting strategies. I want to say it was from Team Name specifically. When they did go B, for example, they were the ones extending even further, making some interesting wall plays there. So very curious to see how that transitions into today now.
Yeah, but as stated, they're going to start this round off with a pretty slow pace. You can see everybody just kind of holding, looking for a push from Booster Seat Gaming, somebody to overextend, maybe play for an orb. But patience also being shown by the defenders here, as it should be exploding here, maybe around the 1 minute 45 second mark. Starting to see some action from the attackers.
Diamond droning on up, orb still there. And then maybe spot Viper. Yes, he's Viper. Takes up the drone, but nerfed. The other Viper will pick up the orb. And starting to creep up towards B. But yeah, down to 45 seconds. Spike is still on the ground. More towards the A site, but lack of action so far in this pistol round. Getting to the point, however, where Team Name, they got to commit to something soon, because inevitably that timer is going to run out. But it looks like Nerfed will stay in the B site, where the rest of the team, they are hitting A. So Nerfed, he's all about distraction over here.
Great timing.
That's not going to work.
It's not going to work, but it does pull a couple players off the A site just enough to maybe set up for a push onto the site. However, Vic rotating back in, gets a couple of kills there. Might be able to deny the plant.
Using the shock darts. Does have a recon, though. It is a 3 versus 2 favoring Big Booster Seat Gaming. Make it 2 versus 2. Nanners lands a nice headshot there with the Sheriff. So, even battle. Diamond, almost lined up the crosshair, but he will on bolts. He gets the triple kill. Churms takes out Diamond, though, for the quick trade. 1 versus 1. Nanners needs to do a little bit of ring around the rosy now. Oh, or just that.
Yeah, I mean, pressure's on Churms. He has to kind of make a play there as the spike starts to stick away. And I think it was kind of that little fake play. Even though Nerfed went down almost immediately after putting up that wall on B, he did pull the Reyna off the site. He did pull one more rotation slightly away from A, which gave just enough space for Team Name to sneak onto the site.
All right, 1-0 start for Team Name. They're going to full buy the Spectres, full buy armor. Feeling pretty good right now. You got Sheriffs on the other side, a couple of shorties thrown in there. So you got to be careful about that, especially on this the safe round going into round 2. When you're up against it, obviously those shorties and those hard angles, you always want to be looking for them. But we'll see if that becomes a factor or not. The spike this time is currently dropped towards the B side. So I don't know if that's a tell or not from Team Name or just happens to be Or they've dropped it for the time being, but trying to take advantage of the fact they have the Spectres here. But against the Sheriffs, I mean, the long-range battles are a little bit dangerous at the same time.
Yeah, they definitely can be. I definitely think there's more angles to clear on A, though, so that's why we see them kind of favoring the B site to avoid having to run into shorties and stuff like that. They can drone. We just saw for that kill. Churm's going to play very close, creep up behind this box here. Hope to surprise Nerf potentially if he pushes up. Unfortunately, Nerf has gone to the other side, but Diamond might be in trouble.
Oh, he hit him for... got him down to 21 life, but not enough for the kill. Yeah, that's what I was talking about with those shorties. Both the B players having those shorties pushed up right here in the B hole area, but unable to get any kills, and out comes the recon, and this is going to be a free spike plan.
Not quite sure if that's where it's supposed to land, up on top of the roof there, but regardless, they're in a pretty good spot here with the better weapons and the spike down. Oh, great shot from Verdi, though, on the flank.
Gonna pick up a Spectre, maybe. They'll pick one up, and they'll try to make a play with this now. Everyone on the side of team name is in B main area. Morg, gonna get nice timing here. Ooh. The Gemma, though. Atlanta Sheriff shot me on the side. Redux gets two. Morg taken out, though. And it's up to Jajemo now. Gotta win this some way, somehow. Just gonna charge at them and right into the Spectre crosshair of Diamond. So, team name up 2-0. Taking a little bit of econ damage, though.
There'll be rifles coming online for Booster Seat Gaming now. And they got quite a few of the Spectres off the side of team name, so going to be a little bit weaker buy than they might have liked. The Sheriffs.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. They losing 3 players, so actually a bit of econ damage certainly done by Booster Seat Gaming. So overall, even though in the loss, they actually should be feeling pretty good about that one. And currently setting up with 3 players stacked in the A side on defense, 1 mid, and the only one in B is that Viper. Terms will spot a couple, makes the call. No rotations yet, though. He's going to try to flick for a Vandal shot right there, but Terms, if he falls, this side's going to be taken pretty heavily, so he has to be careful. And he'll take 1.
Is being pushed, though. Boltsy able to reinforce, gets the crossfire there. Look out Redux.
Oh,
now,
Spike down,
yeah.
B.
Right for utility goes back up.
And let's make it 3. Go for the 4th. No, Nanners will hit the head of Terms to stop that momentum of sorts, but this is likely to be a loss now down to 5 life for Nanners. Unless he just goes absolutely godlike with some headshots right here, but some double peek action could be the end of him. Maybe not even needed, just a couple sprays. Eventually one of these bullets gonna hit.
That's not just the headshots he needs to hit, he needs to somehow dodge every single incoming bullet.
No Matrix action here. Nanners goes down, and first round victory going the way of Booster Seat Gaming. So they get on the scoreboard. Of course, that being the bonus round, but back to full buys now for either side is what we're likely to see. But yeah, Churm's taking advantage of that Viper Orb. Great placement right there. Almost essentially really a one-way of sorts, and allowing it to do some good damage.
So a full buy from team name now coming out, and we'll see whether they decide to keep this sort of slow, measured pace or speed things up.
Seen this before. Diamond using the drone towards B main. Jajemo, though, way up there. Obviously, was spotted. It couldn't kill the drone initially. It's going to kill its recon dart, and they're going to really force him to fall back simply by using that utility. You look at the stack this time around, though, from PSG. They got 3 players on the B side, so not afraid to really keep things switching up. Of course, that's because they have the Viper Pit in A main currently, and now it's team name having to make the decision of how do they play around this. They do not have a drone to use. They used that towards B main earlier.
Yeah, Jajemo being kind of a sticky player to get off the green side, did a pretty good job pulling out that utility. No drone, no recon dart, which makes this Viper's Pit a little bit more effective on the A. You can see that team name seems to want to go A, but they are going to have to contest 2 players in the pit itself.
God, without that way to get info, that's such a tough call, but Morg will kill the turret. Boltsy peeking slowly, and it ends up working. Catches Morg. Looking a little bit too much to the right, but yeah, they really are committed to still wanting to take this. They put the recon dart in, they got a scan, but not enough to make the kill happen. Terms goes down, though, so that Viper Pit gonna go disappearing. Nanners kills Verdi, so the site has been taken officially by team name. Put alarm dot down, killed quickly with Volty though. Through. Yeah, Weber gets headshotted by Redux. Up there in the middle, and now they're gonna play some lineups here as it's retake time for PSG. Defuse? No. There's one nanostorm.
I'm always a bit surprised that people aren't just spraying the spike a little bit against Killjoy. Right, obviously, we can see the mollies a little bit more clearly because we're on the observer feed, but still.
Vic, is there another snake fight? There is. Okay, thought that might have been it. Yeah, it's like, what do you do here though? This is the worst feeling ever. This long range. This is the standard play in A as far as using that default plant. And then you got a Viper. You just launch those snake fights in. It takes away so much time, especially in a 1 versus 1. It almost feels like a lost cause.
Yeah, and not only that, the vulnerability. So like, even if you do kind of fake, you tap and fake to try and take the fight, you're still at a disadvantage because you're taking extra damage. So they can kind of just body shot you much more quickly than you can kill them.
Yeah. Yeah, you are right though about the Killjoy thing, but I honestly think it really is just one of those, in the moment you just simply forget. You're worrying about the retake and so many other factors as Diamond's a little off with these recon turrets. He's still warming up. It's all good.
You just don't know the tech, Breaky. You just don't know the tech. Okay?
I'm new to learn. Yeah. I watch too much Average Jonas. So should be watching more Diamond here. Yeah, as far as using these weapons. No, it's all good. It happens. He's trying to hit those long-range shots. Meanwhile, we do hear Lockdown being used. It's going to be coming out from the attacking side, and that's going to allow for the easy upper play. Oh, Redux with 2 headshots, going for a third. No, he can't land it, but he stays alive.
Almost like a collat with the knife there. I don't even think that's really possible, but 1-2 punch should make this a pretty easy win on the round here for Team Name.
Boltsy, last one to fall. Flawless round official for Team Name, and the crowd goes wild. They're just still early for them as well. They'll get into the heat of the moment, I'm sure, as far as being hype once the day goes on too. But obviously, a very successful round there for Team Name. Redux specifically hitting those couple of headshots. It was a safe round for BSG, so not too much, but still, it looked pretty.
It definitely did. I mean, and also you gotta love that little extra kind of nuance of the Sage Ball poking through, Redux using that to sit on top of and peek over these screens as well. Jet movement, it's a thing of beauty.
Okay, Jet going all the way up through mid into the B side, and Diamond's gonna take out Sherms using the Hunter's Fury right there. So suddenly is a B take. They're hitting it very fast. What a decision by Team Name.
Yeah, he even got another tag there on Vic, who is going to use a counter sub ult to try and deny this plant. Viper's Pit is down, however.
Empress active. Touch ammo will take out Redux. Nice operator shot. Nerf holding in the Viper's Pit, but Birdie, he's looking to go off. Takes out one with that Empress. Flick's not going to land initially, but he calms it down and takes out Nerf. So no Viper's Pit. Morg on the other side, being a distraction. Ulti will take him out, and it's up to Nanners. 1 versus 2.
It's going to be tough. He's going to have to push very, very quickly into 2.
Birdie with a 3, and a win for BSG with how that round started especially. That's a hell of a win for Booster Seat Gaming.
Yeah, it definitely is, and I mean, you got to give props to the duelists there. First of all, Redux with a very aggressive push, great movement to get onto the site and open things up, and then Verdi cleaning it up. They were able to push Nerfed out of his pit, which allowed Verdi to take that duel and win it. And of course, Reyna with an Empress, we've seen it many times here in Icebox, can definitely take over a round.
Yeah, that's why you pick her. Exactly right there. Getting that triple kill. And kind of resetting now. Of course, 0 out of 6, but quickly get another Empress active. Through a couple of rounds of still feeling those shots. Meanwhile, Redux leading the way up towards A. So no fast hit this time around. Up 4-2 though is Team Name. As Redux going to peek through the wall. Look at the B side. Dojimo's pushing up into Nerf though. That operator push. That's a risky play. Runs into a Vandal.
Yeah, he was just not really reading because the wall hadn't been placed by Nerf. So I thought maybe he could just get a quick flank on the A players.
Germs, he knows Redux is there, it seems like. He's just waiting. peek to happen, but Redux being very patient, waiting for teams to come help. Maybe a recon dart of sorts, I guess a Viper wall. That'll allow him to start backing up. Meanwhile, Resurrection taking place. Morg presses Nanners in that mid, but look at the flank happening. Yeah, Verdi flanking through the B, and Nerfed doesn't have a clue. Timing. Oh, he can't land the headshot. Morg gets a flick for the kill. And with Verdi dead, they're going B.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, this round has really kind of turned on its head. I mean, sometimes you just peek and there's too many targets to hit the right one. We kind of saw that there for Verdi. It was too easy. A little bit ahead of himself. And now Redux has an operator as the spike goes down. BSG in trouble here.
Churm's at 10 life. He's like, all right, gonna save this gun, or at least attempt to. Because, yeah, there is no chance, and the Econ's gonna not be the greatest next round with this loss, so might as well save one of your rifles if you can. Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna see. So team name, gonna make it 5-2, and yeah, very patient play. This is what I remember. Again, it was our first series of the day that we covered with team name versus Yule Team 6 in that best of 3, and I remember we were talking about it. Team name just seemed like a very patient team as far as when they would hit a site. They would definitely use the length of the rounds on the attacking side.
Yeah, definitely. I'm kind of curious. Just going to take a quick look. Do we know? They don't really have like a quote-unquote captain listed, but whoever is doing the main calling for the team definitely seems to have a good read on these rounds, and also the team seems to be sort of willing to listen to those calls as well, which is cool to see.
Absolutely. Maybe find out that information here later on, but in that round, Churms did save the Phantom, but we are looking at that 5-2 scoreline. You see the players around Churms all buying those sheriffs, at least 3 of the 4. Redux back to the operator, and it's gonna work up here. See if we can get a free kill. Look for the recon dart initially, but no recon dart. Creep up slowly. B side, no one in B main for BSG this round, and so they're holding down mid quite a bit. You got Verdi pushing up tunnel, and you have Churns watching under mid pass.
I believe they can hear this drone heading up B, so you can see that Churns starting to work his way over towards the B site. Verdi has crept up, may be able to catch Morg off guard. Not sure what the timing was there.
That's the Viper wall of Churns, so more of a defensive Viper wall. He's on the B side. The timing, yep, Verdi was right. It's the headshot of Morg. Gonna fall back, unable to get the gun, but still. Player advantage now for Booster Seat Gaming, and once again, team name in a spot of, we're down to 35 seconds, and they haven't really committed to either side yet. And it looks like we're gonna find out soon, though, and we're gonna be going B.
Yeah, this aggressive positioning from the defensive Killjoy is definitely giving a lot of information away. This looks potentially doomed, but they do have the better weapons, so team name could just shoot their way out of it.
Yep, that's what they're trying right there. They're just spraying through all the smokes and everything, but the shots are landing more precisely for BSG. Verdi gets his second kill. And now enters the Vandal, looking for more. Judgema running with the knives, takes out Redux, got a flank on Diamond, and secures the round for Booster Seat Gaming. They take one from team name, and it all started with Verdi lurking up mid, finding the headshot against Sage.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that Killjoy push also through A cleared so much space, gave them so much information that the hit was indeed coming towards the B site. So Bolsey, great positioning, Verdi, great positioning, and ultimately that's going to counter the better weapons the team name had.
Operator on the side of BSG now. Jajemo picks one up. And you look at the buy situation for team name. They do have a couple Vandals, a Phantom, but then a Sheriff and a Spectre around that. They do have Killjoy's Lockdown, though. The only ultimate they have, but guess what? Lockdown's also ready on the side of BSG. So we've talked about an Icebox. You're looking to attack in the A side with Lockdown, usually around that Pipes area. So we'll see if Nanners heads over there sooner than later. But they're going to get some info first with the drone.
They're posturing aggressively, but Spike is over towards B, so this could be a fake. I think we actually saw them do this yesterday, where they go with the Killjoy Lockdown, actually hit the B site, and they commit pretty heavily towards A to try and sell the fake. Terms starting to buy it, maybe.
Yep. is rotating out, so lockdown goes off. No one detained. The counter lockdown even used. So yeah, now's the chance for Team Name to make a play. But Churns is still here. Churns knows something's up. He hears them coming in. Puts the snake bite down, but it wasn't the best place. I still think they have a create. No, maybe not. Yeah, a little bit. Gonna go for the plant right there. Churns gonna go to the solo, takes out Morg, but the spike is planted. Bolsey catches Nerf though, and still looking pretty good for BSG despite that fake.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, they do have the better weapons, although Redux does find a kill into Gemmo, has to deal with Verdi, who will win that duel.
Nice shock dart there from Diamond. Believe does some damage, and in fact gets a kill on a Churns with the second one. So they're trying to go for the Diffuse Vic though. Running down main, unless the Spectre kill happens, no. Diamond cannot land a headshot with it from that range, so Booster Seat Gaming wins the round 4-5. What we're looking at now.
Yeah, great plays from Booster Seat there to, you know, they did kind of bite on the fake, but at the same time, Churms did a good job anchoring the B site. They didn't over-rotate too hard. And also, I want to just point out that, you know, we kind of talked about Team Name's coordination. They lose the round, but you can still see what we're talking about with regards to, you know, the good kind of coordination that this team has, despite just being a stack.
Yeah, it's awesome to see. And I know a lot of people, again, coming into this event, it's like, oh, it's just, you know, a pug of players or whatever. But there's still some decent money on the line, and, you know, it's still a way to practice. So, absolutely, you can tell which of these teams, especially, you know, they're maybe even practicing a bit more together, preparing for this event specifically. But see right off the bat right there, Churns is going to use the Viper Pit once again towards A. It is a full save round this time for Team Name, and Naners will find the off shot of Gemmo there. So, already a kill coming out for BSG, and Gemmo's holding a great angle now here, has the turret information coming out, and well, Boltsy's turret is like, don't worry, I got this.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and switch over to the next player and move on from that one.
Here.
Nothing happened. Sova. Ooh, time is like, I don't want to pick this. Look at what they're running into on the B side, by the way. There's a couple of nanosworms over there and an alarm bot. Okay, it's seen by Sage, though.
This is a tough one. I mean, in addition to having the worst economy, they also have this Viper's Pit to contest with, the operator as well. Barely avoids walking directly into Morg's crosshairs there.
Oh, okay. That's one way to do it, I suppose. Blanka Jet with an op shot gets a third. He's looking pretty hot right here as far as the shooting goes. And Gemmo will make it for, again, it's an eco round, but still, you got to appreciate how pretty that looked.
Yeah, sometimes you can just tell someone's feeling it right there. Like, drops down, has no idea Redux is there, instant quick soak kill, just then the movement starts, updraft the smoke, and the repeat on the Morg there.
30 seconds left.
It's clean.
Yeah. Do this shot coming up here.
One enemy remaining.
Boom.
Spike down.
Takes out Sage to finish it off. Yeah, clean shooting by Gemmo. Happy to have that operator for him, I'm sure, is BSG, but back to buys now for Team Name. And they have a Viper's Pit. On the other side, Empress is ready, and as I say that, Verdi has activated it. Currently sitting on the B side. They hear the drone coming. Not a full commitment. There is that layout once again from Killjoy of the couple of nanostorms and the alarm bot at the end of B main here.
Standing ahead.
Well,
Three stacked over towards B, actually, so Team Name are running into the teeth of the defense right now.
Empress is about to wear off, by the way. Verdi used this really early. Bolty gets one kill, but dies. Then with the Huntress Fury, Morg actually credit, but the Empress is officially worn off now. Who cares? He gets a headshot, but Diamond, the quick response, and that's actually where the Empress wearing off might have played a role.
Yeah, certainly could have. Also, Spike has relocated to middle. Team Name going to slow things down once again. ESG is rotated off of A site mostly, which is allowing Nanners to sneak forward. ESG does have that
30 seconds left.
Wall available, so certainly have some advantage over on the A site still.
Viper's Pit aggressively into the A site and gonna allow for a spike plant on default. They put some nanostorms down, so certainly gonna be playing that lineup game now. No flanks happening from the side of Booster Seat Gaming either. However, no lineups. They are committing to sitting in the Viper's pit as a team. So interesting decision here. Camo sneaking in with a shorty and is found by Diamond. So no sneaky play there. And Nanners peeks out, gets Vic, but it's up to Churms, 1 versus 2 in this Viper's pit. Good luck.
Yeah, it's a tough one to win once the pit goes down. Team Name will claim the 6th round of the half.
Last round in the half.
And you know what, Breaky? We came into this thinking there's probably going to be some pretty close games, and it looks like we have one right off the bat, which is great to see.
Absolutely, 6-5 for Team Name. And let me confirm.
Can I get this? Thanks.
This was Team Name's map pick as well. So again, I go back to it's kind of interesting. Throughout this event, we have been seeing teams choose defense on Icebox despite having the selection choice. Where, you know, in Champions, for example, we're seeing nearly every team select attacking. It felt like so. But in this atmosphere, the teams just feel a little more comfortable still on the defensive side. And, you know, somewhat understandable, especially when you're making players, maybe not the most practiced. But either way, Birdie taking out Nanners right there, playing very aggressive. Jojemo's trying to help as well, and Vic's there on the back to do so. Redux goes down. Nanners will be resurrected, however, by Morg, but Redux is staying dead.
Super aggressive fight for A control there from both teams, and BSG definitely coming out ahead there, making Team Name use the res early, also still being up a player. Also, Nerf denied any pressure towards B. We're gonna go under tube here. Graham seems ready for this.
Vic.
So is Vic.
Yeah. Taking one earlier on the A side, then hitting a couple here as they're trying to work up mid. Instead, going up tube is Nerfed. And, well, he's gonna get kill for his teammate on Diamond on Sherms, but Birdie gets Diamond, and it's just Nerfed alone against 4. A couple of snake bites, but not much that's gonna do at this point. They know he's in here somewhere, and okay, he'll take out Birdie.
Trying to shoot through the ceiling. Nerf looking a little bit like, I don't know. That was Gogurt right now, being squeezed out of the tube.
Well, he's going to be pretty obvious here as far as where he's moving to. And is in the site alone, so definitely going to be able to get the spike play. Or I said obvious, but maybe not so obvious. Yeah, they're not moving yet. And here we go, though. So
snuck through. They didn't hear the footsteps. You'd be able to find a pretty good angle for the players coming in from screens. All 3 of them actually on that same angle, but Vic, the high-low peak with Jojemo, too good.
A great coordination there. I mean, it really is. It's the bait from Jet on the top, and then, yeah, Vic just peeks after to finish the job. So, yeah, excellent team coordination coming out, and we're going to see a tied 6-6 game in the first half. So, you know, impressive performance on either side. Definitely things that stood out throughout. Verdi leading the way as far as KDA goes, 14-7-1 there. Looking pretty good on that Reyna, but I'll swap it. So we're gonna see the double duelist on the attack side now. You have Sage as that Sentinel on the defensive side. So, you know, in a sense, you know, both sides kind of benefiting from their lineups now. A little bit more, perhaps.
Yeah. Definitely could go either way here. I am expecting to see some more Reyna plays, though. Verdi has looked pretty clean. And you know what? Vic also doing quite a good job. Both Sovas actually fragging out.
Yeah,
to be honest.
It's going to be a B hit. It's all 5 players on the side of Booster Seat Gaming are in that B main area currently. Nerfed. Makes the calls as rotations coming. And once that orb goes down, though, figures some kind of push may take place. Diamond, he's already lining up some shock darts. Has a couple to use. There's the Viper wall. And here comes the push. Again, they do not have a Sage on attacking. So, no Sage wall to come out. Nerf, good job hiding in Snowman. Takes out one. Birdie finds Nanners, though. There's a second for Nerf, though. And almost gets a third, doing some more damage. Jojemo takes out Diamond, so the trades continue. 1 for 1. Oh, Nerf finds the head eventually of Birdie before being taken out by Jojemo. But he got 3 kills. The trades continue once again. And Redux gets Vic. And now we're down to an official 1 versus 1. It's Jet on Jet.
Jet on Jet. Redux has a little bit more health to work with. But Jojemo has the aim. 4 kills for him.
What a round. That was literally just the snake back and forth of kill for kill to the very end. Well played.
That's what you like to see with the trade back and forth. Always fun to watch.
That's the side of Booster Seat Gaming there, giving the fist bumps after the round. They know there's still a lot of series left, so you don't want to get too over the top emotional. Understandable. But feeling good about that pistol round, as it was a round where it's like, are they going to maybe try to force being a team name? Not so much. They got a couple sheriffs maybe, but in the end, it's going to be buys for BSG, and TN will sit on a bit of a save. Stacking that A side early. Patient play from Booster Seat Gaming so far. In fact, they even have Killjoy way back near the spawn area. So they're waiting for the aggressive team name push. But again, this is a team that doesn't feel like they necessarily play too aggressive. I mean, there's been a couple rounds, I suppose, but
yeah, every now and then they'll let Redux off his leash. He'll just kind of go do his own thing. But especially in the defense, especially with the pistols and no real utility to speak of, they're going to try and just hope that PSG gets a little too aggressive and pushes into a hail of bullets.
Ooh, Birdie goes down. That's a bit of a misplay. Falls to the classic there, despite having the Spectre. And yeah, PSG a little bit taken back by that. As they're now down a player, Nerfed is pushed up, B main, holding an angle, look for the headshot, and will not get it.
Oh no. It's always tough. He's kind of on an island right there, pushed up super aggressively, obviously looking for one pick and trying to fall back, but ends up kind of giving the site for free here. His Churms rushes forward.
Well, Vic looks down, finds one, looks up, finds another. And he busts up the Sheriff, trying to get Diamond. Demo gets him first though, and Demo turns, and the ADS to take out Nanner. So it was a scary start for BSG on their buy round, but they come through. They do not lose another player after the initial death, and they win the round, make it 8-6.
Birdie, all right, don't let it happen again.
Yeah, right. Yeah, good shooting there from Vic coming out, looking down, looking up, all over the place. Those kills, but it's going to be bonus round now. Of course, says team name. They'll be on their buys. Take a look. No operators, just simply Vandals and Phantoms coming out. No ultimates in play yet either for any of the teams. But look at this Redux. He can tunnel up there.
Yeah, a little Sage tech. Yep. I like that one. Block off the tube and give the Jet something to play off of with the updraft.
Lear, entry into the A site. Drone following it up. Diamond in the way back is going to drone himself now. PSG, they have to deal with that nano swerve. It's slowing them down a bit. Enemy tag comes out. What kind of commitment are we going to see from Booster Seat Gaming? It looks like full commitment. They're into the side. More can't let a shot. Birdie gets the first despite having a Spectre against the Phantom. Can't get the spike though.
Killjoy Molly denies the initial plant. Diamond and Redux do find kills if they push back onto the site.
Oh, Redux dashing away. Now on the rope, jumps down. 2 versus 2. It's going to be Vic and his teammate falling back, running knives out all the way to the B site, or are they? Okay, Vic's going to lurk middle, actually, while Killjoy commits. Bolsey, he's looking for the plant, but you see the 2 players of team name. They're still in the A site. They're not exactly sure if they've left yet. They're going to find out quickly, though.
They are, but this lurk from Vic, it could be really, really good. I like this because Bolsey is so low. They can't really just rely on a standard 2-on-2 fight. However, team name just running through spawn makes this lurk from Sova a little bit less effective.
Yeah, Bolsey having 4 alive. That's scary. Has the Sheriff out, just hoping for a headshot as a result. Oh, needs to be careful about that sentry, too. That would kill him, so.
Yeah, for real.
Vic planted it so he can play from mid. Bolsey pushing up, lands the headshot. He cannot get the second, though, but doing his job. Anders, Shock Dart out of range, trying to go for the kill. What are you doing? Yes, it was. Got the halfway. Well played, Nanners. And gets the round for team name.
That's tough. I mean, Vic almost had that. He didn't put quite enough oomph on that Shock Dart, so it didn't get far enough to hit Nanners, which I think probably would have resulted in a kill. You can see it bounce there just in front. Not doing very much damage. What are you doing? Because this Vandal could one-tap him, so just Clutch play from Nanners there, and a little bit. He's maybe get in the gym a little bit, Vic. Pull that bow back a little bit farther.
More of that. Work on that strength. He's gonna drone on up, leading for the team, including Jajema to push up with the knives for an early headshot. Sees Snowman, but unable to get shots off. Knives on the other side used as well, so Pulse Jet with knives out. No other ultimates coming into play this round so far. Pretty committed to B though. As soon as the wall goes down, Ferdy, he finds ahead. It's one kill. Knives are not going to get one, but Empress is now active, so momentum trying to continue for BSG. Without that Sage Wall, though, it's hard to get that plant down sometimes.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to force the issue, though. They do. Morg has a pretty good angle, but being pushed back by Verdi will heal up and maintain Empress form as well.
Oh, what shooting from Verdi in the air gets for the Empress ace! Ulti will clean up and get the win, but Verdi going off that round. 4 of the 5 kills. Welcome to Reyna.
Absolutely. I feel like we see it time and time again. As soon as Reyna pops that Empress, it's just, they kind of just go into another level. They go ultra instinct. They're like, I'm going to take every fight. I'm going to win every fight. Nothing can stop me.
That Sage Wall from Morg right there, that confused me for a second because it went down like right as they went for the plant. So I was like, wait, they have Sage? What's going on? But no, he attempted to boost, obviously, but Verdi, he was on top of it.
Yep.
Deploying drone.
Great positioning from Reyna there.
Uh-oh.
Nerf is caught.
You're dead. Yeah, obviously a save round. Gonna do the shorty play right there. Nanners with the Sheriff in 2, but Verdi. Who needs Empress? He's just absolutely feeling it. We're gonna see a 10-7 scoreline, very likely. Pending some insane shots from Diamond.
Yeah, we can just go next round. Let's be honest here.
Might as well. There you go. We'll get there quickly, and Booster Seat Gamers gonna be up 10-7 now. Back to buys though for team name. So we're getting to that point, especially for team name, where it's lose this round and who knows what's gonna happen. That's gonna really set you behind. You'll be back to eco. Essentially, you gotta win here, and that's Redux with the operator. That's a good start. They do have Viper's Pit as well as Lockdown, so they certainly have the tools to win around here.
Yeah, definitely. They're beginning a little bit out firepowered, I feel like, right now. Verdi seems to be just taking duels and winning them. Jajemo has gone from being the bottom fragger in the first half to helping carry the weight on the Jet here in a big way.
Nerfed. Sitting inside that Viper's Pit. And again, the case of, you see the Viper's Pit, if you're the attackers, do you challenge it or not? And, well, they tried. Verdi went in, and again, he's been fueling it, but it's still kind of lurking in a Viper's Pit. You're going to always be at a disadvantage.
True. You also find a secondary spam kill Diamond there. On to Churn. Nerf gets a second one. This pit is no-go zone for PSG.
I don't get it, Elevated. It seems like so many teams, like I said earlier, or yesterday even, it's like a taunt for some teams. It's like, oh yeah, you want to challenge us? Okay, we'll go into that Viper's Pit. And it's like, that's happening. So.
Scanning ahead.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea is that if they're pitting at one site, there's probably more players at the other site.
Sure.
So if you can find a pick a Viper, then you can kind of have a free plant. And also, you know, there is some utility to deal with it, but I didn't really see the drone or the dart being used to find Nerf. They just kind of walked in, and yeah, he's holding that angle very close.
That's my biggest issue with what happened there. Yeah, it just seemed like Reyna was kind of just doing he was the drone basically,
right?
Hoping to get the shot first, some way somehow. So a little bit of feeling it too much, but yeah, if you have that utility, specifically with Sova, you know, push them out. Some other utility maybe. But either way, team name takes an easy round right there. And how about this fast play from BSG? Trying to play on mid, but apparently team name was ready for it. Both Sage and Sova there. Challenge, and they already get one killed.
Yeah, and Bolty got stuck in the middle of nowhere in a Sage slow. It's like, no way he escaped from that.
Verdi, he's checking up there. Doesn't want to get peeked on, but slowly walks back.
Here.
We got Huntress Fury and Viper's Pit. or Booster Seat Gaming. On the other side, you got Resurrection, Hunter's Fury, and Lockdown. So they do have the Hunter's Fury to counter Lockdown if it comes into play. And drone up into A site currently.
Will be heard pretty immediately. No heavy rotations yet from team name. We'll find out very quickly that BSG means business here. Push forward. Dojemo taking a very aggressive angle with his operator. Oh, what a shot on Nerfed.
That's a land shot right there.
That is.
Can't hit Diamond, though, who's got a Hunter's Fury out. But Verdi found more. He's looking for more. Oh, he avoids the operator shots. Back and forth battle there. Verdi would be dangerous to peek that, but Dojemo has a great vertical angle. However, jumps down. Now Verdi's just going to hold close.
This flank from Vic is going to catch them off guard for sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God! No! Oh, that was scary. He eventually got there. Verdi gets flanked after a kill, but it's up to Nanners, and Nanners ain't going to try. He knows it's a lost cause at this point. Can't kill Vic. And Vic is thanking his lucky stars on that one. In fact, he lived to the end and managed to get 2 of those kills, but yeah, you'll take it. And Booster Seat Gaming, we're looking 11-8 now.
Yeah, it's a good thing he caught them so off guard because he needed all the shots he had there. But ultimately, redeems himself by taking out Killjoy at the end. And the flank, of course, you know, sometimes it's just harder to shoot them if they're not looking at you.
Right.
They move in odd ways. It's harder to predict.
You see, almost honestly, there is some truth to that because
I'm not being sarcastic.
Yeah,
it is real.
If they're shooting back at you, they're going to be crouching, standing still, ideally, right? So it is a fair point, but Dojemo doing the jet thing of going up on top of Tube early and trying to control that. Verdi taking advantage of the distraction and kills Morg with that Empress active, and you know what's going to happen. We've seen it so much before.
Reyna killed.
Oh, well, that's going to happen.
There's something satisfying about a Vandal headshot. Phantom, it just doesn't quite hit the same. It doesn't sound as good. It doesn't feel as good. Might be a better weapon in theory, because, no tracers and all that, but Vandal gang for life.
It's crisp. We're going to like to use Bolty.
Here.
Using lockdown on pipes. There is no Hunter's Fury to counter it, and Dojemo kills Viper, who was getting a little curious as to what the lockdown was all about. So it's a free site to take now. They're still being a little cautious with it. You got Viper watching the flank. Diamond is checking to see if he can get an angle there, but it will be a plant up top on the second level, and Dojemo falls back before he gets taken out.
Lockdown. Oh, Vic is on it though.
There you go. Hunter's Fury to counter that one. Dojemo can't land a shot there. Redux too quick, but Vic gets Redux. However, Diamond gets Bolty. Came in. 1 versus 2 though, dealing with some lineups up top.
There's potential. Oh, the post plant is ready. I was gonna say he could maybe half it behind this wall, but way too much chip damage coming in.
Not gonna happen. And 12-8, so BSG. Booster Seat Gamers on the verge of taking map 1 here at Icebox. Pending a hell of a comeback from Team Name. We've seen plenty before, even in this tournament, but it's gonna be on an eco round, so it'll be a very difficult task, and all they have is Resurrection as far as utility goes with ultimates.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for Team Name. Again, it does feel just like they've been a little bit out-dueled on an individual level by Booster Seat Gaming. You can see why chat was hyping up Verdi yesterday. The double duelist has certainly looked pretty strong here on Icebox.
They just want to go fast. They know they're going up against the weaker guns. Verdi, though, down to 14 life already. Thanks to those nanos, and he ends up getting killed. So, actually, a great start for Team Nan. Nanners is going up. He gets 3 before the shock dart takes him out, but hello indeed, giving them hope.
1 enemy remaining.
Okay. Oh, Bolty, it's up to him, and it's not going to happen. So, Team Name, they somehow stay alive right there, make it 9-12, and they're going to be picking up guns. They get an operator, I believe. I mean, this is where the comeback starts, Elevated.
Yeah, I mean, that was almost a flawless round with Eco, and sometimes it's kind of like the same thing as when you pop Empress on Reyna. You kind of just stop caring until you take these duels with more confidence and confidence. huge thing in a game like this. Nanner's like, I've got a sheriff with 4 people running at me. I don't care. I'm just gonna do what I can. 3 headshots later, it's like, okay, I guess we're winning this round now.
Maybe didn't expect to do that, but you know, I'll take it. So 9-12, and they still have Resurrection, but they don't have Redux. Yep. Nasty shot from Birdie there. As they have Resurrection though with the wall, so Redux is going to come back up. Back to a 5 versus 5.
Sliver shot just misses.
Dojamo going to try again. But unless Sage peeks here, it's pretty doubtful. Probably going to try to wait out this wall eventually, so another 30 seconds or so. But they're holding A. I mean, they are just going to wait out the wall, and we just got to stand still now. What do they have? Jet knives? No other ultimates.
Good recon there from Diamond. It will let them know that the patient play was being made.
Get out of my way.
And patient turns into aggression. Sage over there. Morgan's going to die to the shock darts, but Diamond got Birdie. Oh, the shot of the operator missing on both sides. In fact, Dojamo moving up the ropes, gets back up from teammates Vic and Terms. Take out 2 more, and it's down to 2.
Vic?
We're team name Vic. He's birding. He's down to 12 life. Those nanostorms doing the harassment. Nanners went off last round. They need him to go off again. Up top, Vic lands a headshot. That was 12 life. Nanners gets hit. 1 versus 3 now. 1 more kill, he will have a lockdown.
Bot coming back.
Running lower and lower.
The timing!
Timing!
Remaining.
No! Oh my god, Nanners. No! Okay! Nanners says this is my game! 10-12, team name stays alive! Once again, are you kidding me?
One by one!
Yeah, that was pretty sick. Nanners, I mean, he's just kicking into another gear.
Oh, that reaction. That's just the reaction of like, oh my god, you're a god. What just happened? We're actually still alive.
No way.
Nanners does not want it to be so. Wants that overtime and doing everything he can to get there.
Right here.
That team name has a good buy now too. They have the operator, a couple specters on the side of BSG, so things could get a little dangerous here. Still lockdown available.
Well, Nanners, he catches both teams trying to play aggressive up mid. As Redux deals with the drone over there in the A site. So yeah, you mentioned the lockdown. They have jet knives if need be on the other side, and no ultimates currently. You're gonna layer and it's quickly destroyed. And BSG, it's almost as if they're just they know that they're so close to finishing this game. These last couple of rounds, like the previous one is in the B side, they got locked down by Nanners. And this round is they're just committed to hitting A, but Redux catches Birdie on the ropes, having some fun. That's not what you want to see.
No, it's the hard shot. Misses the easy one. It's okay. BSG is struggling to push forward here. Morg, the chip damage will heal up.
Enemy remaining.
That's up to Cherms now. Losing teammates around. Got more, but it ain't gonna happen. Diamond will take out Cherms. We are going to round 24. As we're 12-11 now. Team name, they're good with their buy on the other side. BSG, it's a bit of a struggle. They do have Sova ultimates, so they have Hunter's Fury and Viper's Pit. Those are pretty significant, especially against the lockdown, but this is it. I mean, overtime with the momentum especially, you gotta think it's all team names momentum here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, especially on LAN, this game is so momentum based. You just start feeling it, you start feeling invincible. You can actually kind of become invincible in a lot of cases.
Morg for the headshot angle there. That would be a hell of a shot. Not gonna get a chance though. They're gonna drone up, and again they're going for the A hit. They want this. So locked in, you gotta think it's gonna be coming out defensively eventually. No rotations happening yet, but Morg is holding. He gets one already. There's a Viper's Pit. Oh, that shock dart missed.
Spike planted.
Well, unfortunate there. But
You do have lockdown to chase him out of the pit potentially.
there is Hunter's Fury, so you know Vic is waiting for that.
Yeah.
Out it comes, and immediately the Hunter's Fury comes out. Not much of a play right there, but the charge over Ducks going crazy. You got to in that fiber, but they take out Jerk. So Demo got Diamond though. Numbers still favoring Team Name. Nanners will kill Demo, and it's up to 2. Boltzy's got a flank. This could be big. Vic, he'll hold against 1. Boltzy going in. Boltzy's gonna flank. However, Nanners gets a kill. He needs to finish it. Was it half? No, it wasn't half.
No.
He just needs to stick it. It's Vic's gonna take. And GG, well played. Booster Seat Gamers will take it. What a finish. Nanners again doing what he can, but that flank, all they needed to win that round.
Wow, that was significantly more exciting of an ending than I thought we were going to have towards the end of that second half. Crazy. That was all Killjoy. Both sides.
Yeah,
Killjoy
right?
popped off at the very end.
Absolutely was. I mean, that was a hell of a game. That's just game 1 elevated. I already feel like I'm losing my voice after that one. No, but this was that was a hell of a game, hell of a finish. 13-11. Booster Seat Gamers on top, but we are going to be setting up now for split on map 2. So got to take that little bit of a break and get your comms back the best that you can if you're the players. But they got to be feeling that adrenaline on both sides after that one. But it's fun to be a part of it. But before we go to the break, by the way, shout out to a couple of our sponsors, including Mike and Ike. Take your candy game to the next level with a pack of Mike and Ike original fruits or a Mike and Ike Mega Mix. The delicious, fruity, chewy flavors will help fill your game and power you up to keep playing at your best. Power up with Mike and Ike. Elevated.
I think Nanners and Boltzy both had a pack of
they might have been hooked up with some before. Yeah, at least it's like the admin came over. It's like, hey, you're looking a little down right here. Here's some Mike and Ike, and they just went off. So no, that was fun though. 13-11. Booster Seat Gamers takes it. They're up 1-0 here in the semifinal best out of 3. Can Team Name come back? The potential's absolutely there. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with map number 2.